Guys, it's been a very long time since I have done a reading, and my sister yelled at me last night when she was here for Easter for it. So I'm going to do a general reading. I've been just too busy between work and school and the kids, and I have not had time. And I've been doing a lot of personal readings. So if you need a personal reading, reach out to me, email me. The info is down in the bottom, and that would be the best way to get exactly the info you need for your particular story. So let's see how we're starting today. First thing out was the Eight of Cups. That means it's time to walk away from something that is broken and not working. And the next card you got is the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups that comes right after that is wish fulfillment. So that means most of you are learning that it's time to walk away from whatever is not working so that you can go into a more self-indulgent mode and fill up all of your 9 cups. And I think sometimes, depending on the order of how cards come out, you have 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and then 10 of Cups is wish fulfillment with someone else. So it looks like some of you may be walking away from maybe even a relationship that's not working so that you can become more self-indulgent for you, to honor you and the things that you want and enjoy, and then you can share it with a partner. High Priestess tells me a lot of you are feeling this real hard in your gut right now. It's a major arcana card. It's the card of intuition. The High Priestess holds the Akashic records, so she knows that, if it feels right in her soul, that's where she goes. She goes where it leads her, because everything makes more sense to her in the 5D than it ever could in the 3D. She just knows when something is not walking. It's time to walk away and remember who she is and her worth and her power, so that this way you can have the whole world. The world is card 21. It's the last of the major arcanas. There are 22 cards. It starts with the Fool, card 0, and that's the Fool's journey. And you can't get to the world without having had a whole lot of lessons in the meantime, a whole lot of things that had to be learned and understood and realized before you can really have everything that you want. On the bottom, you have 3 of Cups, which, let's see what the middle, Temperance. Okay, so the 3 of Cups can go one of 2 ways, and there's a lot of you, so I'll tell both stories because one may fit. The 3 of Cups can either be a third person energy, so something that is interfering with this happening for you. So that third party could be another person that's leading you to walk away from where you are. It could be a job. It could be your self-love that you've, realized, whatever it is, but it could be that third party energy. Or it could be a lot of excitement and celebration, which would be coming after this. Temperance says that it's time to balance things. Another major arcana card here. The major arcanas that we know are all about destiny and fate, right? Where the minor arcanas are about free will. The difference between that, I think a lot of people don't understand that, how you can have both destiny and free will. Destiny is, before you came here in your Akashic records, you decided which lessons you had to learn in this round here. And free will is all a matter of how you get there, and if you get there, what you choose to do to learn those lessons or not learn them and have to repeat certain things. And at the top you have Judgment. And if you notice, Judgment is card 20, comes right before 21. Card 20, the Judgment card, is about a big decision that has to be made. It's about karma coming down. It's about you seeing signs, synchronicities everywhere, calling out into the universe and getting the reciprocity of the universe telling you and aligning you to where you need to be. So I think a lot of you right now are in this energy of using your intuition, speaking out to the universe, your wishes, your wants, your desires, and for that strength to, again, walk away from everything that is just not working. Let's see, sorry. Somebody was calling. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so now let's pull some clarifiers with some other decks, and let's get a little bit more of a whole picture here. So tell me, what are my people walking away from? Why the 8 of Cups? Whatever's been keeping you up at night where you can't sleep anymore. 9 of Swords comes right before that 10 of Swords where you hit rock bottom. This is where you're replaying things over and over in your head at night. It's during the day, it's at night. You can't sleep, you can't eat, you can't function right because it's all consuming, which is why It's how you know it's time to go off into a new direction with a passion and a spark that excites you. The Page of Wands is carrying the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands in the deck is a new beginning of fire and lust and excitement and all of that good stuff. So this page is ready for, pages are all about, they're going on journeys and it's about movement. So this page is ready for something new, exciting, done with whatever it is that has been keeping them up all night. High Priestess again. We had it here and we got it in this deck. That's a huge card for me. I actually have the High Priestess, a giant poster of it up on my wall. Let's see if I can figure out. See? High Priestess is, so she is, again, the keeper of the Akashic Records. She knows how to use her intuition. And something tells me that this has been ongoing for a while now. Like maybe, you know, at least a few months, if not a few years, where you've been losing sleep about this and you just know that it's time for a new direction, to really just let all of that past stay in the past. The Hierophant, the counterpart to the High Priestess. See, and I told you, that's why some of you in that story of where, you know, you're walking away from those broken cups to head toward the Nine of Cups and eventually have that other, the 10th cup, fulfilled with someone else. The Hierophant is the counterpart. The Hierophant is to the High Priestess. The Hierophant is the master of soul awakenings. It's higher levels of spirituality, of commitment, of all of the things that rise you to the next level. All the things that the High Priestess knows are calling to her in her soul. Yeah, some of you are looking, it's very much work related, because the Three of Coins is about, the Pentacles is about when when somebody wants to work cohesively with you. They see the value that you bring to something, to a project, to what you're doing. So some of you may be losing sleep over wondering about a job predicament. Do you go into, you know, a certain way? You know, maybe some of you are being called to be on a new team, or, you know, something along those lines, and you're kind of ready, you know, with that Page of Wands to embark on this very exciting new beginning that's going to make you forget all about the past. Yes, some of you are in a very nostalgic state right now. Six of Cups is always that twin flame card for me, actually. It's about past like somebody from the past that's so far past, it's in past lives. So a lot of you, I think, can sense and feel and know that bigger and better, what's meant for your soul, is coming for you. Yeah, look, Wheel of Fortune. The card of fate and destiny in the major arcana, which is about fate and destiny. And the Wheel of Fortune tells me that times are turning, changing, spinning. It is definitely time for something very new. And that's a major arcana card, which tells me the universe is going to be delivering new things to you, whether you want it or not, kind of thing. Yeah. And it's being presented to you in a loving way, I think. The Knight of Cups is all about somebody coming in with, Knights are about, you know, movement and communication. And the Knight of Cups is someone who comes in emotionally. Oh, I just had a very bizarre feeling. Yep, and I knew. I had a very bizarre feeling about that. Be careful about anybody who tries to come back sweet talking. The Moon came out right after that. As I was saying, I have a very weird feeling about the meaning of this one in here. Yeah, because somebody may come back in and try to smooth things over, or sweet talk, or things along that, where it seems like it's loving. The Moon is all about secrets and lies and betrayal. There are still hidden things that you know nothing about. Remember that you are the Empress. The Empress embodies all four queens in the deck. She knows exactly who she is, what she's worth, and she can see all of this garbage. She can see that if you're coming in with some kind of fake offer or something that's not on her level, she's not even going to entertain it. I mean, she's the Empress. She doesn't need that. You know, she needs stability, and she needs someone just as powerful as her. She needs the Emperor, not, you know, some little knight coming in with like some fake bullshit from the past, or from, like, no, absolutely not. She is 100% Empress mode. And look at this. You watch me shuffle, so you can't make it up. What did I say is her counterpart? Okay, 70, what did we have? 74 cards in a deck? 72, 75? I don't know. I just got stuck for a minute. A lot of cards in the deck, okay? For me to pull the card that I was literally talking about 10 seconds ago, what do you think the likelihood is of that? Come on. The Emperor is the counterpart to the Empress. That is the only thing that you will tolerate right now, is whatever energy it is, whether it's a job, a person, is something that is an equal match for you. Because again, another major arcana card here, the Hermit. The Hermit goes within. The Hermit has been in a dark state for a while. Hang on, my throat's so dry. So the Hermit is now awakened. The Hermit has found the light again. The Hermit goes within to self-reflect and kind of separates from everybody. So maybe you've been in that kind of a mode where maybe you're not going out as much, not chatty as much with people, kind of keeping to yourself a little bit more. And during this time, you've had the awakening where you know, because you are the High Priestess, that the only person you can have, I mean, of all the counterparts in the deck, okay, we have 4 suits in the deck, right? And each one has a king and queen. Of all the pairings you can get, you got both pairings from the major arcana. Do you know how huge that is? The Emperor and the Empress, the Hierophant and the High Priestess. I mean, these are perfection. This is everything your soul knows that it needs. And what did we discuss before? I said the 9 of Swords comes before the 10 of Swords. You have to have a rock bottom. There's a rock bottom that you either have just had or are about to have, and it's okay. This rock bottom is necessary for the spiritual awakening, for you to remember who you are. Look at her. She's gorgeous and she's got everything she needs. She is powerful. She's the 9 of Pentacles. She has put in the work. She has the whole garden around her, and everybody's looking at her wondering, my God, how did she do that? How'd she get there? It's okay. Let them wonder. You know why? Because there it is again. That 8 of Cups that we saw was our first card out. That's at the top of the deck. Because once you figure out you have had that rock bottom, you remember who you are, you have the power to walk away from everything that's not working for you. So right now, a lot of you are in a very huge transitional period of realizing that the past needs to stay in the past in order for you to elevate to where you are. And you know that now. You've had your awakenings. The Hermit doesn't come out unless you've really been through it. That's a Virgo energy. That's an energy of being grounded and really very stable in the lessons that the universe is trying to teach you. You're hearing it. You are in, what appears to be the dark, but only for you to be able to really find that light again and come out of it better than you started. And I spoke to my friend Lauren a little while ago, so I have to give her a shout out and use a deck that she bought me years ago. There it is again, King of Cups. That's at the top of this one. And she always used to, she's always good with me, telling me what to be cautious of and things like that. And I told you before, be careful of that King of Cups that comes in a little too smooth, because a lot of it is lies and deception. Yep. Stay in your Queen of Pentacles. You stay grounded. You stay in tune with where you are. You know who you are, and you don't need that kind of energy. Yep. Go off in a new direction. Page of Wands. It is time. It is time. And I feel this has literally been the energy almost for a few years now, of, at least in my life, of knowing that everything that isn't working, it's got to go to make room for what does work, because I'm too busy and too much to deal with anything that's lesser than I am. I won't do it. Yep. Start to become, Page of Swords is my stalker card, my obsession card, my, maybe that's a card about you needing to be obsessed with you again and remembering who you are, what you're worth, and what you're willing to tolerate and not tolerate. But let's see if I want to clarify that Page of Swords a little. Tell me a little more about that. We had 2 things that came out. Let's see. 4 of Pentacles and the Chariot. Okay, 4 of Pentacles is about wanting to hold on to what's yours. The Chariot is about very swift moving energy. The Chariot is actually a Cancer card. So that means Cancer season's coming up fairly soon, June into July, right? So we have, no, not June, July into August. I don't know. I'm all kinds of, what a day. It's been such a day, okay? But the Chariot is, my point is, it's very fast moving energy. And in Cancer season, I feel is when a lot of these everything will kind of sort of start to really come together for you and make more sense. I feel like a lot of it might be a little bit disheveled and kind of everywhere right now, and it's why you're trying real hard to cling on to what you know. Oh, I just realized, don't mind me, my nails are not dirty. I'm a colorist and they get stained horrendously. I just finished doing some clients earlier. So I think a lot of you are trying to stay stuck in this, this energy because it's familiar, and it's so easy to stay with what you know because, let's face it, the unknown is unknown. So we don't know if it's going to be everything we want or not. So it's scary sometimes to transition, especially if something has been a certain way for a long time and you just get stuck in the rut of comfort. So now, let's see what else this wants to tell us. Seven of Swords. Yup. See, you need to be careful. Seven of Swords is always it's my least favorite card, I should say. There's no such thing as bad cards or good cards. It's just the energy and what's around. Yep. See? High Priestess. I've used 3 decks and she has come out 3 times. Okay? The High Priestess is intuitive. Why do you think my name on this channel is what it is? Because my intuition is my guidance in every fucking thing I do. It is. The High Priestess just knows. She knows how to follow her gut. She knows how to listen to herself. And why? Because she has been through the deception, the lies. This is a card of, all of those. It's somebody sneaking off in the middle of the night with what's theirs or what they think is theirs and leaving everything else behind that they don't give a shit about. It's sneakiness, deception, cheating, lying, all of that kind of stuff. And the High Priestess is very well aware that this is behind her. Like, see, she's looking at it like, no, I have no use for that. And she doesn't. And look, 9 of Swords. You're losing a lot of sleep over something and someone who is not worth it. If you have a weird intuition about something, someone, somebody at work, your significant other, a sibling, I don't care what it is. If you have a weird feeling about something sneaky and some sort of lying and something that isn't right, and you've been thinking it over and over and over again and all that kind of stuff, that's exactly it. It's not for you. Ace of Pentacles is about fresh new beginnings, a new start, planting that new seed. Pentacles are grounded energy. It's about money and, earthly types of things. That is what you need to do. You need to go plant a new seed somewhere to grow and develop and establish before it becomes a heavy burden. You had that 10 of Swords before, and this is the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is a really heavy burden. It's time to put some of those wands down or they're going to crush you. They're going to take you down. It's time to let go of whatever it is that is not working well for you like this anymore. Okay? Let's pull from a final deck before the reading starts to get too long here. And, well, we started with my newest favorite, and now we will end with one of my OG favorites decks. Look at that. Ace of Wands. What did I tell you? The Page of Wands that we saw before is holding the Ace of Wands, which is that passion, excitement, the lust, the fire, the Empress. She is ready. We see her again now. I told you the Empress embodies all of the queens. She is ready for nothing less than full passion, excitement, everything that ignites her soul. She doesn't want the past that's been ruining her or that job that's taken her down, or none of it. You can't make it up. Look what came out with the Empress. Her counterpart again. This is the level you are at. You are there. You Justice, another major arcana card. That's all about equilibrium and about equality and what balance and justice. I mean, it's the name of the card says it itself. Justice is about making everything even in a way. And you can't be even and in line with something that doesn't line up with you, with a job that isn't working, with a partner who is not your real other half, with a friend who you feel sneaky things with, or, something like that. Any of that type of energy doesn't work for an Empress. She is happy to leave it behind and go find a new spark. The Tower. I told you, there's going to be a big moment, a big shift that either has just happened. I feel it if I was called to do this reading when I haven't done one in months, that means it's like right now. It may have happened this morning for all we know. It's happening, or it has happened. And It's time for communication and not be afraid to speak your truth. King of Swords holds the Ace of Swords, which is all about communication and truth. That's the double-edged sword, the sword of truth, it's called. And the king knows exactly how to use his words when he needs to get what he wants. And look, again, 3 out of 4 decks, we got that 8 of Cups. It is time to walk away from everything and anything that has put you here. Again, we see the 10 of Swords. I told you there is a rock bottom coming where you're going to feel it because, and you know it's coming because you're the one who has to do it. But look what was right under that. It was the Hierophant. The Hierophant is, I told you, it's higher levels. You are not meant to sit in this anymore. These are 8 broken cups and you need to walk away. All of that was, again, there's that moon. It was all under illusions and, that things may have worked that way. But it's not. You have a whole new, very clear path in front of you. There's just going to be a moment, or again, there was a moment or something. But I would, if you have 2 options of either go where you were or move forward, your only choice right now is to move forward. Or what happens when we don't listen to the universe? You saw in the repeated cards, the universe will give you the repeated lessons. And you're going to have things fall over and over and over again. So if you're at a shitty job that you hate and you choose to stay there because you're too afraid, you're going to have more and more problems there. You're going to have another problem coworker. You're going to have, something happens with your, you're not going to get a promotion this year. Whatever it is, it's not good. You stay with a partner who you chose to forgive for cheating or whatever. They're going to take it as, oh, okay, they're fine with it. So I can just do it again. I'll just have to lie my way through it like I did last time. No, you're done. You're done. You're ready for new, bigger, better, exciting. The energy is good. There's going to be some rough stuff for a bit. And it's okay because you have now elevated to such a high level that you can't, down here, they just can't touch you anymore. You're not in that space anymore. And that's okay. Find your power, grab onto it, and run in a new direction. I hope you guys are all well, and I hope to see you guys as much as I can. Like I said, make an appointment for a personal reading. You'll be able to get a much better feel on exactly what's going on with you. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.